Story 1. I woke in the middle of the night to a pressure on my chest. I tried to move to sit up, but my body refused. My arms, legs, even my voice, frozen. Panic clawed at me as I realized I could see, hear, feel, but not act. From the corner of the room, shadows shifted. My bedroom was small, cluttered, familiar, but somehow different, thicker, darker. The darkness pooled in corners, stretching toward me. A figure emerged, tall, humanoid, but not human. Its skin was black, as if absorbing the light. Its head tilted unnaturally, almost 180 degrees. Long, spindly fingers brushed my chest. The pressure intensified. My heartbeat thundered in my ears. "You cannot move," it whispered. Not aloud, in my mind. The next night I tried to ignore it. Sleep was unavoidable, but the paralysis returned. Every night the same weight, the same shadow. Sometimes it whispered, sometimes it just watched. Its eyes, or whatever holes existed where eyes should be, glowed faintly in the corner of my vision. I tried everything. I changed rooms, slept sitting up, listened to music, drank water, prayed. Nothing worked. I researched. Sleep paralysis, doctors said. Stress, anxiety, disrupted sleep patterns. Nothing about the figure that touched, that spoke, that lingered even after I woke. By the fifth night, it became bolder. No longer in the corner. It stood at the foot of my bed, its fingers stretched impossibly long, scratching the sheets. Its head swiveled, watching, waiting. I could not scream. I could not move. Only my mind remained active. It whispered names, names of people I knew, people I had forgotten, people who were already dead. "You're next." I jolted awake, sweating, my heart hammering. But I knew it had been there even in my waking hours. I felt its gaze. My reflection in the mirror was never right anymore. Shadows lingered where they shouldn't. I began keeping a sleep log, every night writing details as soon as I woke. Date, time, duration, sensations, and the figure's actions. It became a ritual, a desperate attempt to hold on to reality. And then I noticed a pattern. It was learning me. Each night it appeared faster. Each night it whispered more. Personal things, secrets I hadn't told anyone, fears I didn't even fully understand. One night it did not speak. It merely hovered above me, its spindly fingers reaching toward my face. I could feel cold creeping into my body. Not the cold of the room, but something unnatural. It moved closer, and I felt my consciousness pulling out, separating from my body. I struggled, trying to anchor myself. My own body felt heavy, alien. "Leave, or I will take you." The warning. Or was it a promise? I woke in the morning with scratches across my chest. Long, thin, deep. My roommate sleeping beside me saw nothing. Weeks passed. Nights became unbearable. Sleep became a nightmare I could not escape. Every night the figure learned more. It mimicked people I trusted. It whispered my friends' voices. It called for help, for me to join it. I began seeing it in the day, fleeting glimpses at the corner of my vision. Mirrors, windows, reflections in phones. Always just enough to make me doubt myself. I stopped leaving my apartment at night. I stopped answering calls after sunset. I barely slept. And yet it came. One night I tried meditation. Breathing, grounding, controlling. I projected my mind beyond the paralysis, searching for escape. The figure followed, always. Pulling me, pressing. I felt my mind begin to fracture. And then I saw them. Other victims. Dozens of shadows trapped in the same liminal state between sleep and wakefulness. They were screaming silently, clawing at unseen walls, reaching for freedom. The figure moved among them, claiming them, absorbing them, feeding on fear, on consciousness itself. "Soon," it whispered to me, "soon you will stay forever." Sleep became impossible. Every moment awake was haunted by its gaze. My apartment felt like a cage. My friends noticed my deterioration, but could not see what I saw. No one could. One night I finally relented. I lay down, willing it to come, to confront it fully. It appeared instantly. Taller, darker, more horrifying. Its fingers stretched impossibly, grabbing, clutching. Its head tilted inhumanly, staring into my mind. I could feel my consciousness separating, being pulled into its void. I fought, screamed, clawed with my mind, but the tether weakened. I felt myself slipping. I was no longer fully in my body. Now I write this from the edge of consciousness. My body breathes, my heart beats, but I am never fully here. The figure waits nightly, always patient, always hungry. I have glimpsed other trapped souls. They whisper warnings, voices distorted, echoing through the void. Sleep is impossible, but inevitable. And when it comes, the figure will claim me. And perhaps it already has, in part. If you ever experience sleep paralysis, hear whispers in the dark, feel a weight on your chest, know this. There is something there. Something patient. Something that watches. Something that learns. Do not fight it. Do not welcome it. Because once it touches your mind, once it claims part of your consciousness, there is no returning fully. And one night, when you fall asleep, it will be waiting. It always waits. Story 2. I always dreaded going to sleep. Not for dreams. Dreams were harmless, but for the moments when my body betrayed me. I had been warned as a child, don't sleep on your back, don't stare into the dark, don't let your mind wander. Of course, I never listened, and now I was paying for it. It began subtly. One night I woke in my apartment, unable to move. My eyes were open, but my limbs refused all commands. My heart pounded. I tried to call out. Only a strangled whisper came. From the corner of the room, I saw movement. At first, I thought it was a trick of the shadows. Then it became undeniable. A figure, humanoid but wrong. Its head tilted unnaturally, almost 180 degrees. Eyes glowing faintly, but hollow, like coal burning without flame. You are awake, it said. Not aloud, but in my mind. I tried to scream, thrash, move. Nothing worked. It glided closer, weightless, its presence suffocating. My chest felt crushed under an invisible force. I wanted to shut my eyes, but the moment I did, I saw it in the blackness, closer, smiling. The next night, I slept cautiously. Still, as soon as my body surrendered, the paralysis returned. The figure was always there, waiting. Sometimes it whispered. Sometimes it simply watched. It learned me. It knew my thoughts, my fears, my name, my weaknesses. Each night it grew bolder, moving closer, testing me. I tried everything, changing rooms, sleeping upright, meditating. Nothing worked. The terror did not end when I woke. Its presence lingered in reflections, in peripheral vision. Shadows that weren't there before, whispers that weren't my imagination. After a week, I noticed a pattern. Its eyes, coal black, hollow, never blinked. But they followed me. Mirrors, windows, even digital screens. I would glimpse them for a fraction of a second, always watching, always patient. One night it whispered names, people I had known, forgotten, or who were dead. Their voices overlapped, forming a chorus of pain. You belong to us! I bolted upright in terror, breaking the paralysis. But even in the waking world, I felt it. A weight, a gaze, a presence I could not escape. Weeks passed. I stopped sleeping properly. Exhaustion blurred reality. Every nap, every attempt at rest was met with the figure. And then the pulling began. A sensation like being drawn out of my body. A cold force tugging at my mind. My surroundings blurred. I floated, unable to move, unable to resist. The figure glided closer. Its fingers, impossibly long, reached toward me. I screamed in my mind, tried to anchor myself to reality, tried to fight. But it was patient, stronger than I could comprehend. One night, trapped once more, I noticed them. Shadows, dozens of them. Other victims, lost souls trapped in the paralysis state. Their eyes hollow, mouths moving silently, reaching, clawing, screaming without sound. The figure moved among them, feeding, claiming, absorbing their consciousness. I realized then I was not alone. It had trapped them all, slowly over time. And I was next. Soon, it whispered, you will stay forever. The thought of joining them made my stomach turn. I struggled harder than ever and woke gasping, drenched in sweat. Sleep became impossible. The figure no longer waited for darkness. It began intruding during drowsiness, creeping into hypnagogic moments, blurring the line between sleep and wakefulness. Reflections flickered. Shadows moved independently. My journal began showing symbols I hadn't drawn. I began recording every incident, every night, every detail, every sensation. I needed evidence, something to prove it existed, but no one would believe me. It wasn't just a nightmare. It was reality bending, my mind bending. One night, exhausted, terrified, and desperate, I lay down. I welcomed it. I had to know. I had to confront it. It appeared immediately, taller, darker, more horrifying. Its fingers stretched impossibly, brushing my face, cold like ice running through my veins, my chest crushed, my mind separated from my body. I fought with everything I had, screaming silently, clawing with my mind. It laughed, not aloud but in thought. My consciousness trembled. And then I saw them, the other victims, endless rows of shadows trapped between worlds. They reached, begging, warning. I realized the truth. Resistance only delays the inevitable. The figure is patient. It always wins. I wake now, but only partially. My body breathes, my heart beats, but my mind is never fully here. Every nap, every drowsy moment, every night, it waits, patient, watching, hungry. I hear whispers constantly, names, warnings, cries from other trapped souls. They reach for me. They know I am close. I feel my mind being claimed, slowly, piece by piece. If you ever experience sleep paralysis, hear whispers, feel a weight on your chest. Know this, there is something there, something patient, something that learns, something that waits. Do not fight it. Do not welcome it. Once it touches your mind, once it claims part of your consciousness, there is no returning fully. And one night when you sleep, it will be there. It always waits, always. Story 3. I've always dreaded sleep, not because of nightmares, but because of what waits beyond the fragile barrier of consciousness. I thought sleep was rest. I thought it was safety. I was wrong. It started innocuously enough. I woke in the middle of the night, lying on my back. My body was frozen. I could see my bedroom, feel the sheets, hear the low hum of my fan, but I could not move. And then I felt it. Weight, crushing, pressing, immovable. Something heavy on my chest, something breathing with me, though no one was there. I tried to scream. My voice failed. I tried to move. My body betrayed me. From the corner of the room, a shadow shifted. At first I thought it was imagination, but it moved closer. Humanoid, impossibly thin, head tilted inhumanly. Its eyes glowed faintly, coal black, hollow. Fingers too long, too thin, reaching toward me. You cannot move, it whispered, not aloud but inside my head. I panicked, heart pounding, breath shallow. I fought to wake. When I finally broke free, sweat drenched and shaking, I told myself it was a nightmare. The next night it came back. Same paralysis, same weight, same figure. It didn't speak at first, just watched. Its presence suffocated, chilled the air, and made my blood run cold. I tried research, sleep paralysis, hypnagogia, stress, anxiety. Nothing explained the figure. Nothing explained the scratches that appeared on my arms afterward. Thin, long, deep. My roommate noticed nothing. Over the next week, it became smarter. It whispered names, friends, strangers, even the dead. It revealed secrets I had never told anyone. Every night it tested me, learning my fears, probing my mind. Sleep became unbearable. Dread lingered in every waking hour. I began to notice shadows moving in my peripheral vision. Mirrors reflected slight distortions. My own face altered. I tried ignoring it, tried resisting. Nothing worked. The figure waited patiently. Every night, closer. Every night, more invasive. One night, trapped again, I saw them. Shadows like me. Dozens of victims. Hollow eyes, silent screams. They clawed at invisible walls, trapped between worlds. The figure moved among them, claiming them one by one. I understood then. The figure was patient. It did not merely haunt. It captured, consumed, fed on fear and consciousness. Soon, it whispered, you will be mine forever. I bolted awake. My chest still ached. But I knew it was not gone. It lingered, waiting, always patient. Weeks passed. Sleep became impossible. Every nap, every moment of drowsiness was met with the figure. It crept into hypnagogic states, blur of reality and dream. I tried meditation, grounding, even rituals. Nothing worked. My journal filled with frantic accounts, sketches of its form, the symbols it seemed to imprint on my mind. I saw faces and reflections that were not mine. In mirrors, in windows, in phones. Flickers of hollow eyes staring back. And the whispers, names, commands, pleas, warnings, all distorted, echoing, overlapping. Finally exhausted, I resigned. I lay down deliberately, welcoming the encounter. I had to confront it. It appeared instantly, taller, darker, more horrific than ever. Fingers stretched impossibly, brushing my face, chest. I felt my consciousness begin to separate, being pulled into a void beyond the bedroom. I struggled, screamed silently, clawed with my mind. It laughed, not aloud, but inside my skull. My own consciousness faltered. My thoughts slipped. You are mine, it whispered, forever. I glimpsed the other victims again. Endless shadows, screaming silently, trapped eternally. I realized the truth. Resistance delays, but cannot prevent the inevitable. Now I write this knowing sleep will claim me. My body breathes, my heart beats, but my mind is never fully here. The figure waits nightly, patient, watching, hungry. I can hear whispers constantly. Names, warnings, cries of the trapped. They reach for me. They know I am close. Piece by piece, the figure takes control of my mind. If you ever feel weight on your chest, if you hear whispers in the dark, if you cannot move despite being awake, know this. There is something there, something ancient, something patient, something that learns. Do not fight it. Do not welcome it. Once it touches your mind, once it claims part of your consciousness, there is no returning fully. And one night when you sleep, it will be waiting. It always waits, always.